This is a world full of people with Down syndrome. They can't even tie their own shoelaces. But this boy is different. Before he was born, the doctors had already discovered he was an odd one out, but his mother still chose to give birth to him. From that day on, people never stopped staring at this special child. On his first day of kindergarten, his classmates kept tripping over their laces, and even the teacher could only stand by helplessly. The boy quickly realized what the problem was and helped them untie their knotted laces. From then on, the kids in class would line up and ask him to tie their shoes. On his 5th birthday, his parents gave him a pair of leather shoes. He could even tie the laces with his eyes covered. Everyone thought he was an oddity, so they sent him to the hospital for a full examination. The doctors discovered he was missing a chromosome, so the nurse started rummaging through his pants pockets, and his parents tore the house apart looking for it. But no one could find the missing chromosome. So the doctors decided to try a desperate form of treatment. Fortunately, they didn't know how to tie knots, and the boy barely escaped this ordeal. Many years later, the boy had already grown into an adult. They even set aside a separate bathroom just for him, and every time he came out of it, everyone would applaud. Some people would even walk up to him to shake his hand and take pictures with him. Even his parking space was different from everyone else's. This special treatment really bothered him. When he once again saw someone trip and get hurt because their shoelaces were tangled, he didn't dare go over and help, afraid he'd be treated as a freak. At home that night, when he saw the gentle, caring way his parents treated each other, he wanted to find his own other half too. So he went out into the streets. When he saw couples holding each other sweetly, he couldn't help but look on with longing. A girl noticed it was him and immediately pulled her curtains shut. He walked over to the window across the street to look and got the same reaction. No girl was willing to date him because he was the one who wasn't normal. His parents were worried too, so they took him to see a psychologist. That's when he finally realized he was trapped in the wrong body. So he made an extreme decision. He wanted to make himself normal. He lay down on the operating table. Just then, someone nearby caught his attention, and he couldn't help turning his head. He realized it was a girl who was just as abnormal as he was. The girl seemed to feel someone looking at her, so she turned her head and looked back at him. They both froze. So there really is someone else in this world just like me. The boy looked into her eyes and immediately fell for her. Oh my God. So this is what being in love feels like. From then on, they no longer felt alone. It was as if the world had created one more parking spot just for them. They started tying people's shoelaces together. On one person's shoe, they noticed a small piece of tape. They tried several times, then looked at each other and smiled, both thinking of the same idea. After a period of design and development, the world's first pair of shoes that didn't need laces was born. They took their samples to potential investors, unsure whether people would like their invention. A millionaire tried them on and finally gave them a thumbs up. The other investors all nodded in approval as well. Their invention was finally recognized. Later, demand for their shoes far exceeded supply, and everyone was clamoring to buy them. People no longer looked at them like they were strange. Everyone finally understood one thing. People with physical differences can just as surely make the world a better place.